During the last election, I donated a car to President Ruto's campaign. One day I went to UDA's headquarters, it's a long gone road, and I told them I want to donate my car. And the car comes with a public address system, it comes with a driver, it's fully fueled, and I want to donate it for use in the presidential campaign. And the guy was impressed. I was taken upstairs to the Secretary General, and we had a very nice conversation. Decent lady. And at the end of the day, they refused to accept the car. They accused me of stealing the car. They said that I had stolen the car and I was trying to donate a stolen car to them. So I was thinking to myself, why would I steal a car and then come and give it to you? It doesn't make sense. I also went to ANC. ANC is the political party that is owned by Musalia Mudavadi. And I also donated a car there. And I have to say this, ANC is the best organized party. From what I saw, they were very well organized, they were very professional, they were very, very polite, and they put me in touch with the Nairobi area coordinator for the campaign. And the idea was that I was donating this car with a public address system for use by anyone who was running for MCA, because there are very many young people who were ambitious and they were really trying to do something with their lives by running for office, and many of them didn't have vehicles, they don't have public address, they simply don't have the budget for it. So I said, I can help out with the young people running for MCA office, the people who really need help. So the idea was for him, the Nairobi area coordinator, to get in touch with the people running for MCA within Nairobi and tell them that there's a vehicle that is available for them to campaign anytime they need a vehicle with a public address system. And they asked me, what do you want in exchange? I said, nothing, I'm simply making a donation. Well, they were shocked, because normally when people go to political parties, they go to beg for money. They rarely get anyone coming to help out. At any rate, the Nairobi area coordinator did not accept to pass the information to the MCAs running in Nairobi for them to know that there's a vehicle available. He stopped that process. And then I went to Moses Kuria party. Moses Kuria had a party, and the offices are somewhere in Garden Estate. And I went and talked to there was a lady there, and I told her what I was trying to do. I was trying to donate I was trying to donate the car for the people who are running for MCA, in Nairobi, for the political party, for the young people. And that lady looked at me and she said, we don't need your help. I said, okay. So I left, and that was it. And later on, you remember there was, in the Nairobi Women Rep contest, the two main people running was Millicent Omanga and Esther Passaris. So I said, there is no way I'm supporting Passaris, because first of all, she's not even an African. These are children of the colonizer, and we can't be promoting the children of the colonizers over our own African sisters. So I said, let me support Millicent Omanga. And then I met her. So I told her, look, I have an extra car, so if you need an extra campaign team, I'm donating the use of that car, plus the DJ, plus the public address system to your campaign. So she was like, can we brand that car? I said, sure, you can brand it. So, and I was donating it. I said, I don't need anything from you. I don't need to be paid, I don't need anything. So she said, let's arrange this thing through my PA. So she called her PA, and we had a conversation and we exchanged numbers, and that was it. So later on, I took the car for servicing, because it's not good to donate a car that you haven't serviced yet. So at any rate, it came from servicing. So I contacted Omanga's PA, and I said, now the car is available, it's good, anytime you want it, just say so. And the guy never contacted me again. Now, there are lessons to be learned from what happened. Why did all of them reject the free offer of a vehicle. Well, this may go into the psyche of Kenyans, because Kenyans, first of all, are very suspicious of generous people because they're like, what do you want? And they found it absolutely unbelievable that someone would walk into their office, and offer to donate anything. Yet, when you look at their websites, all of them had called for volunteers. They said, you know what, we need volunteers. So if you want to come and help out, please come. So they had called for volunteers, and so when a volunteer shows up, suddenly they're shocked. But I'm like, but you asked for volunteers, did you not? It's on your website. At any rate, I think also this is a lesson for leaders, because the people around you can literally sabotage you. So why would UDA accuse me of stealing a car and trying to donate it to them, and it's my own car? How about you say thank you, we appreciate, but that's not the culture amongst the elite in Kenya, So some of these people who were in charge of coordinating with the volunteers, because I was in the space of a volunteer, okay? Some of these people were, people are very insecure about losing their position. And so some of the reason for them to sabotage such a thing is that probably they felt that such a person would outshine them, and someone like me may get too much attention. So I guess in a way, to protect themselves, they would have to sabotage all that. So as a leader, I think the lesson is you should really look at the people around you, because they could be sabotaging you. You could be having people who are trying to sort you out, but someone at the front desk who's very pompous with a big head is mistreating people, and you're losing so much. And this also applies to if you're running a church. If you're running a church, the people around you may be actually costing you a lot of help in terms of donations, because someone shows up and they simply block that person because they do not want that person having access to pastor. They do not want that person having access to the big boss. So they sabotage it, because they're very insecure. So that's something that I also learned. And in the case of the Omanga campaign for women rep in Nairobi, that was sad, because I had been campaigning a lot in the very poor slum areas where normally people don't go because it's so dangerous. And I had a very good network of people in those slums, and that network would have been very useful for the Omanga campaign, but it was lost. When people hear that I was donating cars to all these political parties, they think I'm crazy. They tell me, why are you so stupid? Don't you have anything better to do with yourself? How can you give a car to such rich people? And I'm thinking to myself, that is precisely the reason why I would want to give a car to such people, because they're rich and they're successful. Think about it. President Ruto has never lost an election in Kenya. Never. President Ruto is very successful, despite all odds, right? Why would you not want that anointing? And how do you get the anointing that he has unless you're joined with him at some level? Think about Mudavadi. Mudavadi is very wealthy, very successful in Kenya. You can criticize all you want, but these are very successful people by any reasonable measure of success. How do you get to that level of success unless you're joined to people who are successful? Think about the cabinet minister, Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria has come from very fairly humble beginnings. He's also very successful. Why would you not want to be joined with such a person? And in the case of Moses Kuria, his PA is now the MP where he was. In other words, he built up his PA, supported his PA until the PA is now the current MP. And that's what he did for his PA. He built him up to the point that he's now a current MP. Why would I not want to help such a person? And there's also another principle. There's a spiritual principle that is called, whatever you give is what will be given to you. So even me one day, I hope to run a campaign, and I would hope for people to support me practically. So if I'm expecting help from others, why would I not give help to others? You see, what you give is what comes back. There's a principle of generosity that what you give will be given back to you. So whatever you want, first of all, give it. Do you want money? Give money. Do you want love? Give love. Do you want hate? Give hate. Do you want cars? Give cars. Do you want houses? Give houses. What do you want? Give it away fast. Whatever you give will come back to you. And it's not magic. It's like the principle of gravity. Gravity is a law and we all understand it. We cannot see gravity, we cannot taste it, we cannot touch it, we cannot smell it, but every single day we are aware that it exists. So if you throw a ball up in the sky, it will come right back down. Something pulls it back down, an invisible force that we don't understand exactly how it works, but we can see that it works. It's the same with the principle of generosity. Whatever you give will be given back to you. So I went around giving out cars in the hope that even me one day, when I'm doing a campaign, people will show up and also give me cars and help me out in the campaign. And the other principle is this: if you want to be very successful, associate with successful people. If they have the anointing of winning, you want that anointing on you. How do you get that anointing on you? Unless you give to them. So you go to the richest guy in your village and make a donation. Tell him, I am giving you a tray of eggs, if that is what you have. That's how it works. That's how life works. And many people, especially people who never succeed for many years, they don't understand that it is truly more blessed to give than to receive. In other words, it is more cursed to receive than to give. So that if you're always on the receiving end, guess what? Whatever you're receiving is also coming with a curse. And the only way to fight that curse is for you to take that which you've received and go give it to someone else. Pass that curse along of poverty. Right? So if you want great wealth, you want great success, you better associate with people who have great wealth and great success. And the only way you can prove that you're serious is by giving to them. So find the richest man in your village and go make a donation. And his anointing of wealth will also jump on you. This is not a Christian principle. This is not a religious principle. It's not a Muslim principle. It is a life principle. Givers gain. It always comes back. So when people say, oh, you're so crazy, why would you give these rich people a whole car? I'm like, you're crazy. Why would you not give these rich people a whole car? It always comes back. So be generous if you want your doors to also open.